Okay, so I promised people that I would be shooting more insect vids. I know you've all been waiting for them. Wasps, the literal worst. Now, if you guys know anything about wasps, you know that they actually don't contribute a goddamn thing to the environment. They are completely unnecessary in a lot of cases, and yet they are still around and surviving. So yeah, let's check this out. Wasps are fucking terrible. I've been bitten on the face once by a hornet, and I've been stung a couple of times by yellow jacket wasp. It's fucking terrible. It's just as bad as it sounds. It's extremely painful. And fuck them. Alright, that's it.
Episode of Animal Logic is sponsored by CuriosityStream.
Animal Logic.
Wasps are the worst thing about the end of summer. Yet it turns out they might just be my new favorite animal.
Wait, really? Ah.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animal Logic.
What's up, Danielle?
First things first, wasp taxonomy is weird. Wasps are very closely related to ants, bees, and sawflies, as you may have guessed from their appearance and fastidious nature. In fact, some wasps are more closely related to bees than they are to other species of wasp.
Damn.
The general definition for a wasp is any insect in the Hymenoptera order and Apocrita suborder that is not a bee or ant. There are a lot of different species of wasps.
The only ones I know of are hornets, yellow jackets, mud daubers. Those are really the only ones off the top I can think of.
Over 100,000.
Well, that's
since the group is so large, many species exhibit dramatically different behavior. For example, some wasps, like the bane of everyone's summer, the yellow jacket, are eusocial. This means that they live in colonies, raise young that aren't their own, and have specific jobs, similar to ants and many bees. Yet, many other species of wasps are solitary and only ever interact with other wasps when mating. The species that do build nests build them out of wood pulp mixed with saliva, and the insides of their nest is often velvety to the touch. It's not just differing behavior though. Often, you wouldn't know a wasp was a wasp just by looking at it. Wasps come in a large variety of shapes, sizes, colors, and the only thing that the entire group has in common is their thin waist. Their bodies range in size from the giant, 7 centimeters long, to the tiny, 0.1 millimeters long.
That is adorable.
Wasps have been around annoying people for a really long time, 150 million years to be specific.
Oh, it was discovered. Okay, I was about
However,
to say, that's kind
the
of fucked
first
up.
wasps to appear that resembled modern wasps were around 60 million years ago. As far as interactions with humans go, it's safe to say that they've been around ruining barbecues for as long as we've been around having them. In fact, possibly the earliest reference to wasps in human literature comes from the Greek comedy from 422 BC titled The Wasp, their name coming from a chorus of old jurors featured in the play. Similar to their much more popular relatives, the bees, wasps do pollinate. They're just not very good at it.
Oh,
you see, bees are covered in fuzz, and when they land on a flower, the pollen easily sticks to their bodies. On the other hand, most wasps are slick, and the pollen just doesn't take hold nearly as well. Wasps primarily eat nectar, and as the season winds down, their hunting time grows shorter. They grow hungrier, angrier, and more desperate. In fact, some might say they begin to terrorize. Which is why they're such assholes in the late summer and early autumn. They fall prey primarily to small birds and me with a newspaper. Though some species, like the giant Japanese hornet, do fall prey to the larger predators like the honey buzzard, which are relatives of the hawk. Now, despite the reputation for being the literal worst, there is something worse than a wasp. They're larvae. Wasp larvae are the biggest jerks in the animal kingdom. You heard it here first, folks. First of all, many of them are parasitoid, meaning that they're deposited and raised in a host body. That's a nice way of saying some wasps lay eggs in their prey.
Oh my god.
Watch out, Peter. Then the larvae will eat the host from the inside out. Though some larvae won't devour the host from the inside, and instead will just eat all of the food that the host consumes. Other species of wasp will lay their eggs in egg clusters from other species, and their larvae will eat the competing eggs.
That's genius, though.
So that's nice. Though it's the aptly named emerald jewel wasp who takes the cake for most horrific and craziest reproductive cycle. This wasp will find a cockroach about 4 times its size, sting it to take it out of commission, and then it will sting its head with surgical precision, disabling the part of the roach's brain that controls dopamine output. This stops the output, basically taking away all free will of movement from the cockroach, turning it into a zombie roach, which is a phrase I hoped I'd never have to say. After this struggle, to recoup some lost energy, the wasp will rip off one of the roach's antennae for a little roach blood pick-me-up. They will then lead their new zombie pet to a tunnel, where they'll lay their eggs on the zombie roach and then blockade said tunnel. The eggs will hatch, and the larvae will burrow into the still-living, still zombified cockroach and feed on its insides. A few weeks later, a fully developed emerald jewel wasp will burst out of the roach carcass like a frickin' xenomorph.
Okay, alright. What the hell are we watching, Chavez? I was not ready for this.
And go on to repeat the cycle. So yeah, fun times. Some wasp species, like the Polistes salsifer, are brood parasites.
He turned his fucking head into a straw. He drank out of him like that horror movie with the clowns where they wrap people in the cotton candy and stick the bendy straws in them and then slurp out their insides. He did that to the roach. Then he impregnated it forcibly, and then the wasp larvae burst out of his fucking back. I don't even like roaches, and that's fucked up.
Meaning that they'll lay their eggs in the nests of other wasps, who will mistakenly raise them as their own. Not all species of wasps are parasitoid, and instead can be solitary. After mating, the female will build a nest for the larvae, sometimes leaving the carcass of another insect in the nest for the larvae to feed on. This is called mass provisioning as opposed to progressive provisioning, which is when the mom has to constantly bring food for the larvae. Since adult wasps only ever really eat nectar, if you see a wasp catch another insect, it's to feed their babies.
Wow.
Some wasps' larvae even control the adults. Hornet adults can't digest solid food, so they will gather solid food to bring to their larvae, which can eat solids. The larvae will digest the food and produce a nutrient-rich liquid that the adults can eat.
Nice.
Possibly the most interesting wasp is the panda ant. You heard me.
I just realized that that's not a fucked up world that she's sitting behind. It is a sketch of a wasp face. Shut up, okay? I know I wasn't the only one that was confused what the hell that was.
You heard me. Despite what their name might have you believe, panda ants or velvet ants are a family of wasps that resemble ants, and the females are wingless.
Right, I do know that.
They come in a variety of bright colors, though it's the black and white ones that give them their name. They may look cute, but don't let that distract you. These girls pack a mean punch. They have been nicknamed cow killers, and their sting has been rated a 3 out of 4 on the Schmidt Pain Index for insect bites.
No joke.
Since they are not eusocial and are solitary, panda ants are classified as wasps instead of ants. I told you wasp taxonomy is weird. But next up, we have the marvelously named tarantula.
What the hell?
These gorgeous wasps have a sting that rates a 4 out of 4
on the
Schmidt.
Yeah, we got them, bro. In Vegas, they're everywhere out here. Y'all saw that prank that we did like years ago, where we bring a tarantula hawk into the crib.
Pain index, and they are one of only 3 animals to achieve this rating, ranking second only to the bullet ant. Schmidt describes the sting as blinding, fierce, and shockingly electric. It's supposed to paralyze your body for 5 minutes. So yeah, crazy bite, but that's not the best part. They were named tarantula hawks for a reason. They're huge, measuring 5 centimeters long, and they kill tarantulas. But not in a regular, boring, let's kill this thing for food type of way. Nope. Tarantula hawks are much more clever than that. Similar to the emerald jewel wasp, they will sting the tarantula to permanently paralyze it, and then they will lay their eggs inside the still living tarantula. The larvae will then hatch and eat their way out of the tarantula, who lives just long enough to bear witness to this entire horrifying experience. But they aren't the only big wasp out there. Meet the giant Japanese hornet, a wasp that has truly earned its name. They measure over 4 centimeters long and have a wingspan of over 6 centimeters.
I would not
These wasps are eusocial and live in colonies with thousands of other giant Japanese hornets. That is a literal nightmare.
Yeah, they're in the U.S. now too, so be careful.
These wasps are super helpful and super harmful. Often, farmers love them because they control crop pest populations, but apiarists, on the other hand, hate them because they can decimate a honeybee colony in a couple of hours. European honeybees are especially vulnerable as they have no evolutionary defenses against these behemoths 4 times their size.
Just like
about 30 giant Japanese hornets can kill about 30,000 European honeybees in just under 3 hours. They attack, picking off the puny honeybees one by one, slaughtering their population and ignoring the fallen carcasses of the honeybees, as that's not what they're there to eat. When the honeybee defenses have fallen, the hornets will enter the colony, feast on the larvae, and bring their flesh back to feed their queen.
That's just
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Japanese honeybees fare a bit better than their European cousins, as they've had the benefit of evolving alongside the hornets. While the Japanese honeybees are still no match in size for the hornets, they do have one strategy, and it's pretty smart. They will lure a single hornet into the heart of their colony, and right when it's about to go to town on their larvae, the honeybees will pounce.
Yeah, they heat them up
Hundreds
until
of
he
them
dies,
will pile
right?
on top of the hornet, vibrating and creating a convection oven to cook the hornet alive.
Yep.
Honeybees can tolerate a slightly higher temperature threshold than the hornets, and when their pile reaches 47 degrees Celsius, the hornet is done for.
He dies.
If you ever run into a giant Japanese hornet, I suggest you get out of there.
Run for your fucking life.
When they sting, they inject large amounts of venom, and that venom is so powerful it can dissolve human skin. And finally, the warrior wasp.
No joke.
These eusocial wasps look like they're made of obsidian, and along with the bullet ant and tarantula hawk, are the only insects in the world to rate a 4 on the Schmidt Pain Index. He described the pain as torture. You're chained to the flow of an active volcano. Why did I start this list? Warrior wasps, as their name suggests, are very aggressive and attack in large groups. Not only that, but when they feel threatened, they can beat their wings against their bodies to make a sound similar to that of marching soldiers.
Oh wow, that's actually fucking cool. That is actually so fucking cool. Damn, that really sounds like somebody going to war, bro.
As annoying as wasps can be, they play an incredibly valuable role in the ecosystem. Wasps are apex predators, responsible for keeping arthropod populations in check. Arthropods, including spiders, mites, and other insects, are the largest phylum in the world, and without wasps to regulate their populations, the world would be overrun with a plague of pests. This struggle between predator and prey is as interesting as anything you'd see on the plains of the Serengeti, just on a macro scale. Even better, this amazing clash between insects is something that you—
That is so cool. It is nice to watch these vids sometimes and learn a little bit something. So my earlier ideas of some of these wasp types are not wrong, right? As far as the environment is concerned, the environment doesn't need them to survive, but it does need them as nature's little pest control. And that gets my respect. So for more interesting animal facts, make sure to go to Animal Logic. Link for the videos in the description down below. ChavezzSlovakia, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Crocs, 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 crocs. I'm rocking crocs. I'm rocking crocs. I'm rocking crocs. Wearing crocs, boy. I'm rocking crocs. I'm rocking crocs. I'm rocking crocs. Wearing crocs, boy. My crocs are gold. My pops is old. My crocs got soul. My crocs are bold. I go to church wearing crocs. I'm always turned wearing crocs. My crocs are great. Your crocs are lame. With my crocs, I can cross a lake. Crocs, 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 crocs.